and things like that. A little bit of the first and second down stuff is kind of a little bit different, and then there's some different pressure packages. But it's still great. I mean, they're a really talented defense. They got a bunch of really good players. Both the backers are really good players, all the secondary, and the guys up front too. So it's just good work for us to see different style play, and go out there and try to play fast and test our rules.
In terms of, like you mentioned, just testing your rules, is there anything you wanted to do differently this week compared to last week, especially after seeing the film?
No, I think last week was a good week of work too. It's just go and do some of the same stuff we've been doing. Just try it up against a little bit of a different style defense and see what we like, what we would tweak if we were playing in a regular season game or whatever. I mean, we game plan 0 for this. This is just like show up and go play.
A month ago, when Sean opened training camp, he talked about protecting you and how important it would be to get the best 5 out there repping together. But you guys have had a lot of rotation still this late. Is that significant to you, and how are you managing that?
No. I think everybody that's been in there has been doing a great job. I think Wendy's doing a great job getting ready to go. And whoever we have in there at the time, and let's go play. I can't sit there and think about anything other than what I'm seeing on the back end or trying to get us into the right place. So those guys have been doing a great job. I think the biggest thing that we're stressing and those guys are showing and answering is just play with an attitude, man. We're a big front when we got those guys out there, and go play physical.
Can you speak to the mental, emotional when you're going against another team? A couple times, like when the defense stopped their offense and they're cheering, and it's a practice. How does that help you? Does it help you going forward?
No, I think it's just fun. Just kind of. It just gets the juices flowing a little bit. But frankly, our defense cheers when they stop us on offense too. So I think it's just a defense thing. No, it's fun. It's always a lot of fun to go out there and practice. They got a bunch of great guys. I mean, there were guys get around the quarterback, whatever it was, and just, hey man, sorry, I didn't mean to get close to you. Whatever it is. I mean, it was really good. Practice etiquette and still really good hard work out there. So it was fun. The juices were flowing, but there's not 80,000 people in the stands, so we're just trying to get better.
Was anyone yelling sack like
Not as quickly as he was. He was always just saying it, even though he's getting blocked sometimes. But it's always fun, man. These guys are. I can't imagine coming out to practice, to football practice and never touching the ball. So I mean, they got to be jacked up about something. And I was just happy that our guys did a nice job today.
A couple more guys.
Don't want to overstep, but I mean, you played the full off season. You're running around out there. We saw you take off downfield the other day at practice, even though you said you've never been that far downfield. But you look like you are just ready to go. You look like you're feeling awesome.
Yeah.
Is that accurate? And also, how does it compare to previous years, not just last year, the year before?
No, yeah, I feel really good. Still more difficult now than it was, 10 years ago to get ready to go. But when I'm out there, I'm feeling great. Guys have done a great job of trying to help me be in as good a spot as I can with, how we're working out, treatment, all that kind of stuff, just trying to make sure that I'm as good a place as I can be. Heading into the season, I feel like I've gotten a ton of reps, which is fun, and I'm excited. Football's a lot of fun when you get to go out there and practice it and work on your craft and feel good and healthy and all that, so it's been fun.
Did you hear them all yelling on the sideline when you took the other day at practice back?
Yeah. Russ East wears a visor, and he was chasing me, and I couldn't see his eyes, but all I could see him was smiling and laughing at me. So I was also laughing at that point, so it was fun.
All set?
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sean, just wanted to ask about Joe and Logan being back out there.
Yeah, so Joe just got some individual, you're talking about Joe Nopum, just got some individual. We'll probably still be smart, err on the side of caution with him. Did the same thing with Rob Havenstein. You guys didn't see him out there. And then, as far as Logan, it was good to be able to see him be able to kind of push through. Got his ankle a couple days ago, and he was able to get some snaps today, which was important. And then Laryl, was feeling a little bit of the altitude, but I think he's going to be okay.
Sean, when Joe is, I know a lot of guys have been getting valuable reps up front for you. You're rotating a lot. But when Joe is healthy, do you consider him one of the best 5 as an option.
I think he's played that way during camp, Jordan. Again, the interesting thing is we need to be able to get better at football. You have to be able to play football, and so we want to be able to find that 5 and the way that it fits together. And it's hard to be able to see that if we don't have people out here. And so all we can do is continue to work with the guys that are available. Want to see them continue to take steps in the right direction. But I've been super pleased with the camp that Joe's had. I think he's played outstanding at tackle and guard. When he gets back, and then we'll have to figure out, all right, which one of those spots do we want to be able to rep him at. But in the midst of his absence, I've been really proud of the guys that have stepped up.
Yeah, I wanted to follow up with you too on that. This late in training camp to not have a solidified 5 playing every rep together, how big of a concern is that to you?
You know what? I'm not going to waste my time with stuff that, hey, I can. Is it ideal? No, but it's not something that I'm going to waste any sort of time on. When those guys are back, we'll continue to coach them up. But in the meantime, we've got minimal opportunities to be able to get better. I thought it seemed like we took a step in the right direction. I was really pleased with just the overall etiquette of the practice. I thought Coach Payton and his group did an excellent job, and we want to get the same thing tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to watching this tape.
When you don't game plan, how different was this compared to the Raiders?
It was different because it's a different defensive structure. I spent the majority of the time on the offensive field. Everything was 2-spotted today. So I'll be interested to really look at, I've always had tremendous respect for what Sean and what Joe Lombardi will do offensively and some of the different things that are maybe different than us personnel-wise and some of the run and pass concepts. Defensively, there were some things that we were familiar with, and Vance does an excellent job. And then there is some familiarity just based on some of the coaches that they have here with Marcus Dixon being their D-line coach. And the most important thing I think, Kirk, is being able to look at some of the personnel that they have. Guys like Randy Gregory, I think they've got excellent. With Surtain, they got great corner safeties. Zach Allen, you could feel his presence felt, and so that's excellent work for us to be able to get, and that's what we like about these things.
What are some of the trademarks that you're expecting to maybe see from this program he's trying to bring in here?
Physical, mental toughness, discipline, guys that play with an edge, and what I've always appreciated about Sean, when you look at, especially since I got to L.A. and in New Orleans when he was leading those guys, is they had different ways to be able to win each week, and he played to the strengths of his team, how they matched up against the opponent. He's a guy that sees the game from an all-22 lens, has complete command and control over everything that his team is doing, and there's an identity that you'd have tremendous respect for on a Sean Payton-led team, and I think that's what you can expect from these guys.
Kind of going through something that you went through with bringing in Stafford and a quarterback with Russ that was in one program for a very long time. What were some of the challenges that you guys faced that he might see with Russ?
I think like anything else, it's just about connecting, communicating, building a rapport, and then we both know that the quarterback is the most important spot, and you want to make sure that you're building a system that accentuates their skill sets, things that they feel comfortable with, and when you can get it to where your quarterback's an extension of the coaching staff like he had with Drew for so many years, it's exactly what you're hunting up. That's what we feel like we have with Matthew here, and I'm sure it'll be the same thing for he and Russ.
Wanted to check on a couple guys, Akello, Jason Taylor, and then is Hunter Long someone you guys might consider putting on pup?
You know what? I'm not sure about that. I hope that he can get out here. I know he has really worked hard to try to be available, Jordan. It's been incredibly frustrating for him, and he's doing everything that he can. With Akello, felt a little groin, wanted to be smart on that with any of that soft tissue stuff, and then with Jason, same thing, kind of just feeling a little bit of in his psoas, and so we want to be smart there. Which one do you guys want to do? Go ahead, Stu, and then I'll finish with Jordan.
Just your takeaway since you spent most of the day on the offensive side of the ball, what you saw.
I think it's like anything else. There was some good stuff. There were some things that we can execute at a better level. I think there's going to be great learning ops for our coaches, for our players, and then I want to be able to see us use those things that we learned today to be able to move forward and then see if we can replicate some of the things that we did at a decent clip. But this is practice. We always want to continue to improve, use these as great learning opportunities, and that's what they'll do. I did like the energy that I felt like our team came out with. I thought the special teams periods were clean as well, and it's exactly what we wanted to do.
You guys have overhauled, parts of your run game with Mike and Ron Gold and those guys coming in this year. How much of that too is also when you can sense or see on the field when the backs are really taking that confidence with some of the diversity that you're running in that run game?
Repetition is the mother of learning. The more that we're able to rep some of these things, the more comfortable and confident our players get in executing them. One of my favorite things is guys are correcting themselves on their way back if it didn't go exactly the way we wanted to hit a certain block or the way we wanted to be able to read a certain run, dependent upon those schemes. And there still is some limitations in regards to some of the things that we activate in these settings even. But I've been pleased with that. I thought today was definitely, some good things, and then I'm sure there'll be some stuff that maybe I didn't see immediately when there's 22 moving parts that we can certainly clean up, and that's what you love about it. Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the extra time.
All righty, no problem.